Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/maliciouscompliance, where people conform to the letter but not the spirit of a request. If you're new around here, please do hit subscribe down below so that you never miss out on another video. But for now, let's sit back, relax and enjoy some malicious compliance. Check the property line before I build? Okie dokie. This story isn't mine, it's my uncle's, and it happened a few years ago, so it's just the story, not accurate dialogue. The cast, you, my uncle, NC, neighbour's children. So a few years ago, my uncle wanted to add an extension to the side of his house where his yard went round to the side a bit. He asked the neighbour, who was actually a really lovely older man, who said sure, feel free, and my uncle started to work. Unfortunately, the neighbour got ill and his demon seed, NC, started coming over, and when they saw that my uncle was building close to the neighbour's side yard, they were furious. They immediately asked him to stop, which my uncle did, and the NC insisted he was building on the neighbour's property. Now, my uncle is a really nice guy, so to avoid any issues, he offered to buy the part of the yard he was going to extend to, and offered a reasonable $5,000 for it. It wasn't even that big of a patch. The demon neighbour's child got greedy and refused, so my uncle, being a gentleman, doubled it and offered him $10,000, as he thought it was easier than going through the hassle of lawyers and property lines, etc. But the neighbour's child still refused. You are crossing my dad's property, and you can't build on it. Either give us more money or stop building. We want to sell this house when he's gone. Yup, they were waiting for the sweet neighbour to pass so they can sell his house. I think $10,000 is fair enough. I'm not using up that much, and it's still close to my part of the property. Nope, it's not. Check the property lines. You are way past our property line. Offer us more money or stop building. Are you sure you don't want to take the money? Gah, not what you are offering. Check the property lines, love. Yup, we are British, sorry. So, my uncle complied with their wishes, stopped building all work. It was on their property after all, or was it? This is where the malicious compliance comes in. He did exactly what the neighbour's child asked and got the original plans for both properties. Still have no idea how. And checked the property lines to see how it was divided. Wouldn't you know, he wasn't on their property line, they were on his. With a massive smile, my uncle went to the neighbours the next time the NC were around and kindly showed them the plans of the properties, clearly showing where the properties were divided. Their faces when they realised they had not only missed out on an easy $10,000, they had in fact lost their dad about a quarter of his yard, was priceless. They had to move the fence and my uncle got to build his extension stress-free. Sorry, no angry outburst or anything like that. Moral of the story, if you want to build and the neighbour's kids insist you should check the property lines, do it. You might just save some money and gain some land. You want to extort money from my business? You are being a douchebag landlord? I will play by the rules, no worry. This happened quite some time ago. I was sent to Spain to a very small company to try and save it. It was during the financial crisis, so basically I tried first to spend less money, negotiating everything I could. First time I met the landlord, I saw this very old guy, shaking with all his bones, dressed like he couldn't afford clothes from the 21st century. But after the typical chit-chat, I tell him I am planning on moving out, because the rent was way too high. It was easily 30% above market. He then proceeds to show me one of his buildings he had an offer on that he just refused, 17 million euros, and basically told me to go away, and that he would agree on not raising the rent in the coming 12 months. That was when I started looking for something more decent and better than the beaten offices we had. And I found one quite easily. Here comes the malicious compliance. When you exit offices, the landlord, especially when we had those offices, tries to fix everything with the deposit you put at the start of the lease. So knowing the POS of a landlord I had, I talked to a lawyer I had in my contacts and explained to him the situation. He then came up with an idea. The day comes when we have to leave the office. Our landlord, as a smart as he is, comes along with his lawyer to make sure we will follow the law. But what he didn't know is we also had our lawyer on site, one contractor to fix any minor problem on the spot, and a notary. So we could redact the document stating everything without possibility to discuss later. He was furious. We could fix everything. The only thing we had to replace was an AC which never worked, so we ordered the worst possible one for €300 and got 100% of the deposit. Icing on the cake, or cherry on top, pick one, the guy maintaining the building told us it took him more than a year to find someone else, and apparently at a way lower price. Why does it seem like all landlords are complete douchebags? Leave it to Karen to mess it up for everyone. This happened around 5 years ago. I was around 13 at the time. My cousin and older brother were going to be hosting the family reunion that year. It was the first time hosting for both of them. It was held over 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Friday night was a small welcome party at my cousin's house. Saturday was sightseeing followed by dinner and games at a local hotel. Sunday was church. My brother was only around for Saturday as he had to work Friday night and he's not a church-going person. The restaurant my brother worked at was catering for the Saturday dinner, so to save money, he enlisted some of his friends and girlfriend to help set up and serve. The prizes for the games included gift cards, gift certificates to the restaurant my brother worked at, and some other stuff. They were even raffling off a painting my brother's girlfriend did just for the reunion. She was going to college for art, I believe. It was absolutely beautiful and everyone wanted it. My brother and his friends got to the hotel early Saturday morning to set up, then went to pick up the food from the restaurant. These guys did a great job, as the dining hall looked amazing. Everyone had arrived by the time they got back with the food. The restaurant was on the northeast side of town, about a 30-minute drive, depending on traffic. They set up and start serving. Now, I should point out that Bro's friends were working for free. They still got to be a part of the festivities and meet/hang out with the family. This was also his girlfriend's first time meeting the family. Everyone was seemingly having a great time, with one exception, Karen. She was my grandma's cousin, I think. Karen didn't like the fact that non-family was a part of our reunion, and she was very vocal about it. For the most part, everyone ignored her. That didn't last long though. Karen decided that she wanted seconds on food and walks up to the food table. At this point, everyone was well into playing cards, chatting, or whatever. In her best, "I want to see your manager" voice, she goes, "Where are the damn servers? We are not paying them to sit around and have fun." Hope that you remember that Bro's friends aren't getting paid. She marches over to the table that Bro, his friends and I are sitting at and goes, "Either they do their damn jobs or they leave." My brother isn't fond of being talked down to, or someone disrespecting his friends. He kindly explains to Karen that they were doing us a favour and are welcome to enjoy themselves as well. But Karen isn't having it. Instead of just causing a scene, my brother just said, "Screw it." Brother, to his friends, "Well, you heard the woman. I guess we gotta leave. Let's pack up and go to the bar." Without missing a beat, they stopped what they were doing and started packing up. All the equipment from the restaurant was loaded into cars. Food was placed on the tables and started to go cold. Decorations were taken down and loaded up. They had loaded up whatever they could carry with them in 30 minutes time. All that was left was tables, chairs, food, prizes, and the painting. They said their goodbyes and just left. Everyone is stunned by what they had just witnessed. Leave it to Karen to mess it up for everybody. With the mood soured, we held the raffle for the painting and called it a night. Luckily, my great aunt won the painting. It's still hung up in her house to this day. The aftermath. We as a group had to clean up the mess, just so that my cousin could get his deposit back. My brother, of course, didn't show up for the church service. Then there was Karen. She was shunned because of her actions. She hasn't been welcomed at a family reunion since. Oh, I forgot. The painting was of the family farm in North Carolina. I recently found that out and it's going to be passed down when my great aunt passes. Yeah, those guys have got some balls to just be able to stand up and leave. But of course, this is why we can't have nice things. Come on, Karen. Take my seat? Enjoy getting up every 30 minutes. Bit of a backstory before we jump in. I've been in India for the last 2 weeks on a course with my university. Just a day before I flew out, I must have eaten something dodgy because I got the infamous deli belly. As someone who likes to think ahead, I decided to book aisle seats for all my flights, knowing I'd probably be taking multiple trips to the bathroom. The compliance begins on the 4-hour connecting flight. As I made my way to my seat, I realised an older woman had taken it for herself. I pointed at the number above, but instead of moving to her middle seat, she got up and motioned for me to sit in it. At this point, I thought about telling her what the deal was with my colonic calamity, but decided to just let my actions speak for me. As soon as the seatbelt sign went off after takeoff, I got up to take the first of many dumps. She had actually fallen asleep at this point, so I had to wake her up so she could get up, grumpily. 20 minutes later, I had to go again. A total of 4 dumps later, and we're still 1.5 hours from landing. She's getting irate. Finally, after my 5th and final defecation, she offers to swap seats. Cherry on the top, I didn't even get up again till we landed. To everyone who is saying I was being a douchebag, hell yeah I was being a douchebag. Why should I have to explain myself because she can't follow the rules? It was clear she knew what she was doing from the beginning. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like on it and hit subscribe down below if you aren't already. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.